All right, let's dive into one of the most perplexing stories of this entire NBA season, the wild, up-and-down performance of Timberwolves All-Star Karl-Anthony Towns.
I mean, this quote from The Athletic just says it all, right? It perfectly captures how confusing it's been to watch him. For a while there, it seemed almost impossible to figure out what was going on.
For months, it was just extremes. One great game, followed by a couple of duds. It felt like one step forward and two steps back. So what was really happening? Why was a player this talented so unbelievably erratic?
Okay, let's put on our detective hats here. When you're trying to diagnose a slump like this, there's usually one obvious place to start.
Yup, you guessed it, the new coach. I mean, anytime a star player struggles right after a coaching change, that's the easy target, right? And since Mike Brown was the only major new piece of the puzzle, it was the default answer for a lot of people.
But here's where that theory just kind of starts to fall apart. The numbers tell a very different story. The coach isn't the one out there on the floor missing the shots. Before the All-Star break, Towns was shooting a really low percentage on wide open threes. And get this, a career worst 61% at the rim. Those are shots you expect an elite player to make in his sleep, no matter what system he's in.
But then, something happened. After everyone got back from the All-Star break, it was like a switch just flipped. All of a sudden, the Karl-Anthony Towns everyone had been waiting for finally showed up.
And the change was, well, it was dramatic. You can just see it right here, that massive leap in his three-point shooting. This wasn't just a small improvement, no. This was a complete 180, a return to the elite shooter we all know he is.
In just his first 3 games back, he went an insane 9 for 16 from deep. That's not just getting back on track, my friends. That is setting the tracks completely on fire. So, what was the big secret? Some complex new play? A genius tactical adjustment from the coaches? The answer, it turns out, is a lot simpler, and frankly, a lot more human.
Fellow All-Star Jalen Brunson just absolutely hit the nail on the head. It wasn't about the X's and O's on a whiteboard. It was about something much more basic: confidence. It's that feeling, that rush you get when you just know the next one is going in. It's this simple but incredibly powerful chain reaction. A few shots go in and that confidence starts to build. And suddenly, that rim that looked tiny now feels as wide as an ocean. The game slows down, and that's when you start making better decisions, not just for yourself, but for everyone on the court.
The system didn't really change, the roster didn't change. When you boil it all down, the simple truth is, he just started making the shots he's been known for his whole career.
Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. Let's look at the bigger picture here. The system he plays in, the guys he's playing with, and of course, the expectations.
Coach Brown's offense is designed to be unpredictable. It's all about read and react, not just running the same set plays over and over. What that means is the ball's going to find different scores on different nights. So yeah, that can definitely lead to some statistical ups and downs for individual players.
And this part is absolutely crucial to remember. Look at the talent on this roster. You could easily argue that Towns has never played on a team with this much offensive firepower. He's not always the number one option anymore. He's sharing the rock and he's sharing the spotlight. For any star, that is a huge adjustment to make.
So why does one player getting hot matter so much for the entire team, especially as they start gearing up for what they hope is a deep postseason run?
It's really that simple. When Karl-Anthony Towns is hitting shots, his gravity as a shooter opens up the entire floor. Defenses have to scramble to cover him, and that makes life easier for everyone else on offense. He truly unlocks this team's potential.
Which leaves us with the one big critical question. Is this turnaround for real? Is this the new norm we can expect from him? Has the curious case of Karl-Anthony Towns' season finally been solved? Because if it has, his team just became a whole lot scarier.